Welcome back, graduates. Today I'm going to show you how to set up and configure your image compare before and after section. So what this will look like is a sliding back and forth before and after. Right now we have both the same image, but the before would be a before image and after would be the after compared image. Then you have an optional title, the heading, and then also a subtitle with a call to action button. So what this will look like, if you go into the backend of your Shopify store and into Ecomify Theme, you'll either have it live or drafted. So what you're going to want to do is click Customize. And then going down at the very bottom, this will already be hidden as you unzip the file. So I will show you what that looks like. So this will be a hidden feature, but it will be on the home page. This is a section that can be on any other page, the product page, to build out custom page templates, and even on collection pages as well. So scrolling down here, you will see the image compare on the home page hidden at the moment, and I'll click on it. And on the right sidebar, you're going to be given the options, the settings right here. And scrolling all the way down, you won't see it until you unhide this section. Keep note that when you unhide this section, it's going to look stacked for the moment. You will have to go in and save in order for it to adjust and work its function. On the right sidebar, you're going to have the background color option, which is the body, the white, the light, the primary, secondary, or dark. So I will show you as a light option or a primary just to show you what that will look like. And then I go and click save, and then I'll be able to go back and forth. Now, every time you keep note, every time you make a change, it will do the stacked. It's not broken. It's just how it works in the theme editor itself. Container means within the container, or fluid outside, and edge to edge. So when clicking up here, you have your mobile, your desktop, and then your full screen. Full screen is what your customers will see. So this is how they're going to see it. And the desktop is for you to get the right sidebar and the left sidebar if you're on a desktop. Then you have your max width, which you can play around with. We like to sometimes leave it empty, but 1200 would be edge to edge. And then also 960 and 760 are good numbers as well to play with for the max width. Then you have text align option, which is left or it is centered, and every time it will do this, but you just click back and save. So you can play around with those. Here is the image before, so you add in the image before or free images and upload, and the image after right over here, and make sure for these, they are almost exactly going to be the same, except for slight differences of what the after image will look like. This is great for beauty products, before and after, showing acne and cleared skin, things like that. Image orientation, you always have your square, landscape, portrait, and portrait 2. Square is going to just be an even square all around. A landscape is going to be more horizontal. So that's even square, and then a landscape is going to be very much more horizontal like this. Just give it a second. And then also depending on what your product image is, and then portrait is going to be very tall. So for example, I would use this to really showcase the height and the whole product. Going down here, you have your image alignment for desktop if you want left or if you want it right. So you can play around with that. And then the compare slider, note, due to how Shopify admin theme works, you must save the changes in order for you to see the function. So the control colors, and then you can add a circle as well. And let's save it so you can see. And then show labels are going to be the before and after, and you can change them out as well. So add circle is going to add this circle, and toggling it off is just going to have the arrow. Show labels on hover. When you hover over it, you're going to see the label. So we'll just play around with these settings here to show you. Notice how it went on hover. And then enable smoothing. It's just a nice smooth effect. And then you can also have on the range smoothing amount 100 and goes up to 7, goes up higher. You can play around with that as well. So now it's very fast. Or you can also have a hover start. So right when you hover over, it'll start. Just like so. But also this means, you know, how much you want to hover over. Starting point 50, or if you wanted, 30%, so the bar would be around 30% here, 50% here, 75% here. And then also then you have the text, which is the heading here, and the heading sizes, H1 being the largest, H6 being the smallest, and then a subtitle, which would go right here, and a subtitle size following the same logic as headings. FS-1 is the biggest, FS-6 is the smallest. Then you have your description and description sizes. So we'll save that and play around with that. And then also you have your button text or call to action. And notice how, for example, my primary background is pink, and I'm choosing my primary color button to be pink. So I would change it to, let's say, my secondary, which will pull in whatever theme setting colors I have for my secondary. Or I can do outline. It's going to be the exact same, but just a border around it like this. And then in every section, you have your spacing, padding, and margin spacings. Padding is the elements, the space within the element, and margin is the space outside of the element. You can play around with that as well. So we'll just save this. And then this is how it looks before and after. And that is how to configure the image compare section.